You're listening to Punisher Waterfowls, the Union 0430 podcast. Brought to you by Real Geese Decoys, the most technologically advanced silhouette decoy on the market. First Light, the best hunting gear on the planet. Go farther, stay longer. And Ducklander Calls, tradition, education, and quality. Built to hunt.
Punisher Waterfowls The Refuge is presented by Quick Koys, the fastest deployable, most portable, lifelike motion decoy product ever invented for duck hunters.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Union 0430. This is episode 204, and it seems like it's been forever since I've done just a normal show, just with us, I guess, Craig. Like you were on a couple weeks ago when we had Claudio and the boys on, but that's, we didn't really get a chance to talk too much then. So, and then, 1 week I didn't put out a show because I was in Saskatchewan, and then last week I done the one with the two with Emily and Tisha. So I haven't seen Phil or Mark in ages. I've seen you like a couple weeks ago, but it seems like it's only been a month since I've been away from home, but it seems like it's been forever already.
I think the last one that had anybody else on it was
the 200th episode. No, the one after that was Jean Paul.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was trying to think of who it was, but yeah, it was with him.
Yeah. And I got all caught up there in my intro that I didn't get a chance to thank our sponsors, First Light, Ducklander Calls, and Real Geese. And of course, the voice of the Union 0430, Captain Jeff Coates, who I still follow along, and he's a busy man, eh? He just never stops.
For some reason, I don't see his stuff come up anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's I don't know if his stuff's just getting flagged maybe? Or yeah, I don't see much of his. Well,
I for Jeff, there's a few brands that you can select, gives them a star, and then whenever they do, you're sure to see it. So I do it for Jeff and a couple more, but just to make sure I don't miss anything. But yeah, he's posting every day. So
yeah, it's weird how some of them just whatever the term is for it, when they just kind of, because there's I think it's like the Montana Knife Company or something like that. Their stuff's always getting flagged.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it was them. I did see them put up a post not very long ago talking about they had done some announcement and I got flagged or something, but I got flagged on Facebook, not on Instagram.
I think it was them. It might have been a different knife company, but because they were pushing for you to go on and they're saying all their stuff's getting blurred out all the time or just flagged, and so you've got to kind of get their newsletter sort of thing to see what it is they're posting.
Really, eh? Huh. I don't know. Well, hey, I will say this: I've officially hit the troll level. So I've been hanging around with Daryl Gilbert, right? And Daryl is a YouTube guy, and Emily, his girlfriend, is an Instagram girl, right? So both of them are very, very good at understanding the way it all works, right? And to get the most exposure in the whole bit. So trying to learn a bit from Daryl and stuff like that. So I've been posting videos, and I put up that video where I done that first solo hunt in Alberta. And listen, I could have left out the parts where I was shooting and missed birds, but why would I do that, right? I'm not going to pretend that I hit every time I shoot. Anyways, I've started to get the trolls. I got two of them. I got two of them right now making fun of the fact that I missed birds, and I'm like, I just said to one, I'm saying, I'm glad I made you laugh, and another guy said, why don't you wait for them to land on your barrel or something like that? And I was like, yeah, that's a great idea. You think you're gonna goat me into a fucking fight? Yeah. You're not. I will never pretend that I can hit a bird every time I point at it. So,
Yeah.
So I think that's a little notch in my belt. I've hit troll level on YouTube, where
Yeah,
people
you got
now
some
are
haters
watching
now?
my videos and making fun of me.
That's how you know you made it, I think. Right? People take the time out of their day to watch you just to whine and bitch.
Well, I tell you the best one, and I don't know if you've seen it, but there's this Facebook group called the Dive Bomb Hate Group. Have you seen this?
No.
Oh, it's killer. So there's some stuff on it that obviously fellas are just whining for the sake of whining, but there is some pretty funny stuff on there. So anyways, Eric Stella, our buddy that lives in Hamilton that owns Decoy Daddy, well, he put a post on there. Oh, it was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I'll send you the link so you can join the group and you can have a laugh. But anyways, he put a post on the Dive Bomb Hate group, and all it was, he was just introducing himself and talking about his product and stuff like this. And fellas just friggin' jumped all over him, right?
Oh, really?
And he took it all like water off a duck's back, right? And he was like, I guess I've made it. I'm just getting made fun of, more or less, was what he was saying. And it was pretty, he handled it really good. And I just laughed at it because there was all these fellas that are just hating on him, right? And then when they realized that they weren't going to get a fight out of him, then they just sort of kind of chatted with him, or those guys frigged off, and the more serious fellas got involved, right? But it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't understand people's motivation with shit like that, right? Like, what don't you have anything else in your day? Like,
Well, and you know, Sean Stahl put a picture up today. I don't know where he's hunting, but I'll say there was 6 goose legs, and 6 of them.
I saw that.
Did you see that?
Yeah, with the bands on them.
Yeah, with the bands on them. So one guy goes, "Must be nice to be able to hunt right next to a banding site," and another fella made a comment, and another fella made a comment. And anyways, right? And meanwhile, every one of the birds were banded in a different state, which is really cool. They were all banded in a different state with a distance of around 500 miles in between them, was what Sean was saying. But anyways, he had, just like what you were saying just now, he was saying, why can't fellas just be happy for somebody? Like, what is it? Like, what is so bad in your life that when somebody has something good happen to them, that you have to be the person that pisses on it?
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Yeah, you could be doing anything else. Hell,
Now,
the leaves are starting to come down. Go clean up the yard a bit. Go do something. Right?
Yeah. Well, now that being said, I do have to admit, I have been picking at Phil a little bit over the Benelli shotguns over the last, and I know Phil loves them, and I know I shouldn't be complaining to him about it because that's his shotgun. He friggin' loves them, and I've been picking at him a little bit just because I've been fixing so many of them lately. But again, I sort of kind of do it to get a rise out of Philly too. So
yeah,
which he does to me too, and we go back and forth. But
no, but you got that rapport, right? It's not just some.
Yeah, I know, but
nobody on the internet.
Yeah, but sometimes, you know, maybe I should take some of my own advice and just not torment Philly. You know, he gets worked up though.
Yeah, maybe he takes it harder than we think.
Yeah. Well,
that's why he's not on tonight. He's upset. He's sad.
Yeah, he's at his camper. Well, I tell you what, when we first started doing the show, and he made that comment about the 18.5-foot boat, and then people started, buddy, I tell you what, that was getting to the end of that joke.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was
about pretty long lived.
Yeah, that it had its run. Everything was good, and he took it on the chin and had a laugh just like everybody. But then there was one day I made a comment, and he just said, "That joke is done." And I was like, "Yeah, I got it. I know. I can tell when that's about it." But no, he's at his camper, and Mark is still trying to get his man cave built, and I know he's so busy. So busy right now, and well, like everybody, trying to get a hunt in where he can, work, you know,
Yeah, there's no shortage of stuff to
responsibilities
do.
around the house and stuff like that. So
Yeah, it's like I usually keep busy enough, and it's like I'm not building things, I'm not fixing things because I can't do that stuff. So it's like, when I'm busy enough, not doing any of that stuff, for those guys who are, yeah, like building
yeah,
building a new shed and stuff like that on top of everything else, like it's just, man, there's not enough day.
yeah. But now the other thing for Mark, because Mark doesn't have kids either, right? So
Mm,
and that sort of kind of eliminates a couple hours off your day right there, responsibilities with kids, right? So
yeah,
um
yeah. If it's not one thing, it's the other, right?
yeah, oh, 100%. Yeah, if you think you're going to be less busy, like just yeah, eliminate one responsibility and another one will just
Yeah.
rear its ugly head, right? Um so what are we? So I'm still every day is like Monday to me. Well, Wednesdays and Saturdays, those are the only days that I know because that's the turnaround days when clients leave and new ones come in. So it's Wednesday today, I know because we just got 9 new clients come in, just came in before I come down here. So um but what? Season open on Saturday past in Ontario?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Saturday
Yeah.
past.
For the Southern opener.
Yeah. So how was it?
It was good. I wasn't sure if I was going to go out because I hadn't been out following the early season goose. I hadn't been out to check the fields and like all the new spots that I had gotten permission to.
Yeah,
So I'd gone out and found a field or two that still had geese, but none of the ones I had permission to.
right,
And all the birds were going into a couple of fields that are owned by the one guy that nobody can get permission from.
right.
So there was this one little flooded spot that I went to once or twice before and never had any luck. But public spot just off the road, flooded maple trees and oak and stuff like that. And so I tried it again. Like I wasn't gonna go because I hadn't really been around to see if there's anything in there. But it was a nice easy morning. I got out there and got some wood ducks, and they were ripping around all morning, like well before light and
Oh
everything. And
yeah, they usually.
so
You only
yeah, it
usually
was.
get that one flight with them though, right?
Yeah, well, these guys, they were coming in two or three at a time. So it was nice because
Yeah.
like, I heard a lot come in before light and like were landing all around me. I couldn't even see, like I could hear the water, couldn't see any splashing or anything. It was so dark. And started to get light enough to see a couple of, it was nice because the drakes were nice and bright. So you could see the
Yeah.
white on them and everything. And
Yeah.
so I was able to keep an eye on them. But throughout the morning, yeah, it was just a couple birds here and there. So I actually was out for a couple of hours. And
Oh,
even
good.
the last, I think was it the last bird? Yeah, I was like sitting there, like looking at my phone to see what the time was. Like, yeah, it's got to be done. And like a bird landed right in front of me.
Oh, really?
And so, yeah, and not far away at all. And like I'm up like almost to my chest in water because it ended up being a lot deeper than I expected. And, yeah, it's like this bird's right in front of me, just trying to slowly put the phone into my waders. And as soon as I moved my hand at all, like I
Yeah.
had no glove or anything on either, right? So
Right.
he was gone. So like I didn't even get a shot at him. But no, they were coming in slow, kind of spread it out more than you would have expected. And
Good.
so I was able to get 4 out of there.
And what is it? 6 birds and on 6 ducks,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So well, you almost got a limit. Fuck, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, and only one came in, and I had my back to where it came in, and I didn't hear the wing beats coming in or anything.
Yeah.
And so I tried to turn. Well, I did turn, and he took off, so I missed that one. And then, yeah, that other one I didn't even get a shot at. Otherwise, could have maybe had my first solo limit.
Oh,
But
wow.
4 birds was enough.
Hey, yeah. Hey, buddy, you got out, and it's nice though when like you just said, you almost got a solo limit, right? Like that's cool when you do that, eh? Like when you know
Well,
it's all you, it's all your planning, your everything, right? Like it's a cool feeling to walk away
yeah,
knowing that and even 4, like there's been a lot of days when I've come home with only 1 or none, and to come home with 4,
yeah.
and
And
Woody's at that.
Yeah, I've never gone out on my own and brought home that many birds, geese
Yeah.
or ducks, right?
Good
Like,
for you.
so, and it was quick. It's literally 5 minutes from home. I could still see my truck from where I was. Like, it was perfect and nice. Like, because especially around here, there's a lot of like still mucky spots for trying to get out
Mhm.
waders. This was, and like this isn't a wet area all the time. Like this is literally like just a flooded area, spring and fall.
Okay,
And
yeah.
and I think I wasn't sure if there's water moving through there on a regular basis, but there's a beaver in there, so there's got to be something around.
Yeah.
Because that bastard scared me as I was walking out there
Oh,
in the
yeah, I
dark.
bet. He slaps the water.
Yeah. And but yeah, like it was deep and quick, easy hunt. But yeah, it was like nice forest floor that was
Oh,
flooded,
good.
right? So it's like not mucky. Like
Yeah.
the only issue with walking was trying to not trip on a log or something, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's cool. That's cool. I've been watching like all the fellas like on social media, obviously, right? Like I still pay attention to everybody back in Ontario and stuff. And it seemed like, man, they're putting a pounding on Canada geese. Like,
Oh yeah.
holy smokes. What a pound. Like I'm here, and if I've been, well, 3 weeks in Alberta and a week in Saskatchewan. Um, if I've seen 20 Canada geese shot, it'd take everything.
Yeah.
And I'm watching the boys, and the boys are just friggin' stomping them in Ontario. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. And
There's been a lot of
I'm
piles being
watching,
posted.
what's that? Sorry.
There's a lot of piles being posted for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like the guys they're doing a lot on Canada geese. I'm not seeing many pictures of ducks. But that's sort of kind of normal though. You don't usually see a lot of ducks. Is like you and Mark, right? You and Mark sent pictures of
Yeah.
getting into the wood ducks. That's usually what you see, and some green winged teal or something. Somebody did send me a picture that they got into some teal. I can't remember who it was now. Oh, it was Brian.
I've seen it. Well, I've seen a few because of Rich's Duck Slam stuff. So it's
Oh
like
yeah,
there's the private group for that, right? For anybody who's signed up.
yeah,
So yeah, everybody getting out early because there's some of the birds that are on there.
yeah,
You got to get out early, otherwise it's like for like the wood ducks. That's why I
yeah,
made sure I went out because it's like I got to
yeah,
get a wood duck, and
yeah,
it's not long before they're gone. Same with the teal.
yeah. I seen Steve Clark. He's been knocking them off. I think he's got like
Yeah,
four. I think he's got like four of them already knocked
yeah.
off.
Like I saw, he's got both teal, like mallard, and a wood duck. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Well, I know he gave away a belt buckle last year. Is that still the prize again this year? Like, did he get another
I
belt buckle, or is it something
I
different?
don't think so. I don't think he got a new one. So I know he was talking about when he was hoping to give that one away last year, which luckily somebody. Well, it's funny
Yeah,
because all those years nobody's gotten it, and then
yeah.
last year there ended up being two guys.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, two guys completed it last year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, and but yeah, I know he was hoping to kind of move on and do something different or expand it
Okay.
to. Yeah, I can't remember. Rich had some different ideas he had talked about at one point, but I don't know what the deal is this year because I lost all my paperwork. I'd signed up at the Sportsman Show, and
Yeah.
I've been looking around because I don't have any of my stuff. So yeah, I don't even remember what was all listed on there this year.
Oh, I just seen somebody else's like what they posted, right? And I had to, because they got a shoulder card with the ducks, so I
Yep.
just zoomed in on it, and it wouldn't. I don't think there's a canvas back on it. I think there's ring neck on it. Teals,
I can't remember.
mallard.
There was nothing crazy, like
No.
nothing that was like I really. Because some years it's like there's no chance I'm getting that unless I
Yeah.
really travel
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, yeah.
But like it's always like when the teal are on there or the wood ducks, it's like if you don't get out early, like you're pretty much done.
But now that being said, you've got an advantage because you're heading to Saskatchewan, what, in 2 weeks?
Yeah, like 2.5 weeks, just a little shy of that.
Oh, buddy, you could possibly scratch off a couple out there.
Well, I got to check with Rich because I don't know if they count or not.
Why wouldn't they count?
I don't know. It's Southern Ontario Duck Slam.
Oh,
So yeah, I don't know. Can't remember
getting
if
caught
it's,
up in the legal.
yeah. I'm a
Mm,
rules guy.
Yeah, I know. You don't deviate. I know. I get it. You,
But yeah,
that's interesting. You might want to check in on them with that.
yeah,
You
I'll have to message
watch
him.
the boys that listen to this show now when they hear it on Monday. Not that there's a big pile of them, but there's some of them that listen. They'll be texting Rich right away. Don't you let Craig. Don't you let him.
But it's like it's yeah. I don't know if there'd be anything in particular that would be beneficial to being out there other than just numbers, right? But it's
Right.
yeah. It was only this morning too. I woke up. I was looking at my calendar on my phone. Just I was thinking of something, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I still had it in my head. I had like a month. It's like it was because I was looking at something else, and I realized because we have Carrie's 40th birthday party the night before I leave, and we haven't done anything for that. And it's like
That's going to be a rough morning.
Yeah, so we're having a big party here at the house the night before, and then I fly out at like 8:05 or 8:10 in Toronto the following morning. So I'll sleep in the airport and on the plane.
Yeah.
But yeah, both are coming up pretty damn fast. I'm not prepared whatsoever.
Oh, buddy, you better get on her. I'd like to tell you that your Saskatchewan trip is very important, but your wife's 40th will probably trump that.
Yeah.
Regardless of how you feel, chances are her birthday is going to trump your getaway, which is okay because everybody in Ontario is about done getting pissed off at you for winning shit anyways.
Well, and then Steve Horst won a gun. I didn't win it.
When did he win a gun?
It was just yesterday, the day before, through the Duck Slam. It was
did he?
Yeah, he won a Mossberg through Rich, and
wow, awesome.
So Rich posted that. I think it was just for anybody who had signed up before a certain date.
Yeah,
it might have been everybody's name who had signed up. I can't remember.
No, it's usually the early bird because I won
I
won a Frankie the other year.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, actually, it was my son. It was him that said, "I need $20 to go give Rich," and I was just like, okay. I thought Rich needed $20 or something, so I just gave Cade the $20, and he come back. He was like, "Here's your ticket." And I was like, "What's that for?" And he said, "It's for a gun." So, anyways,
yeah. So Steve won that.
Cool.
And then there's all your contests, which it just like kills me. I'm not entering, and for all the 200th episode stuff.
Yeah. I keep watching. I see you share it and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, poor Craig. Keeps sharing it, but he can't win.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do another one tomorrow. Being tomorrow's Thursday. I'm just waiting for Rusty to do a video on what he's going to give away. He done one for me last night, and he sent me one last night, and it was him frigging around, so I couldn't really post that one. So he said he'll do another one for me this evening.
Yeah.
But so I'll do the Rusty giveaway. Sorry guys, I'm yawning here. I'll do the Rusty giveaway on Thursday, and I think Rig 'em Right, DOA, and Bluebird Waterfowl are the three that's remaining after Rusty.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was pretty good, man. Like that's been going now.
Good responses?
Yeah. No, it's been really good. It's funny though. There's some people, obviously, like this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that's listening, but like the whole point of sharing the video and tagging 3 friends is that, the brand gets new followers and it grows and it grows and it grows. And it's funny, people will follow for the contest, and when it's over, they'll unfollow.
Unfollow?
Yeah. And I'm just like, what the hell? What did I do?
That's why too, like I share it from both my accounts, because it's like my triple threat one. It's like it's the same people that you're going to get, right? Like there's probably very few, if any, people that are following my hunting page that aren't already following you or anybody else.
Yeah.
I share it from my regular one too, and it's like I know a few people from that, like just my regular everyday friends that aren't necessarily hunters or aren't. They might be like newer hunters or just more casual.
Yeah.
Some of them are signing on too, right? So it's like trying to get that different reach.
Well, and that's what I think that's what I'm trying to do. Like I've been trying to do. I've been trying to do. I totally lost my train of thought. I don't know.
Got distracted.
Yeah, I got this. Something just come up on Instagram. It was a crowd. It was a crew of fellas from Georgia that was in Saskatchewan when I was there. Dude, like the best dudes I had ever
Yeah.
met. Oh, just the best dudes that just absolutely love duck hunting. And they went back a day before Helene hit, and it was
Oh
supposed.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I just popped up on my screen there. Then it was from one of them, and all I seen was we made it back, and I know they did, but he's obviously just getting around to getting on social media now, and that's been well. That would they left the day before Helene hit, so um, it's been pretty nasty down there.
Yeah.
But
Jesus,
yeah, just
crazy.
what a great crew of guys, like just absolutely. And the thing is that they were in Saskatchewan, and Emily is the one that put them on the two best hunts, which
Yeah.
is yeah, oh yeah, their two best hunts was with Emily. It's awesome. Daryl was like just losing his mind because he was left to do cranes, and cranes are so finicky in the afternoon to try and figure out what they're going to do. So
Oh, okay.
Daryl, oh yeah, Daryl would get hit with the cranes in the afternoon, and it wouldn't turn out the way that he wanted. He'd be so frustrated, and Emily'd go out in the morning and just have a smasher with these fellas, and they just absolutely loved it too, right? And then they'd be picking at Daryl. They'd be like, she saved your ass again today," or something like this.
I didn't realize it was that different. Like the two crane hunts I've ever done were both morning hunts, so
Yeah.
nothing to compare to.
Yeah, no, the in the after I didn't know it either, but in the afternoon, like they are just there's no pattern to them, or that's the way I understood it anyways.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
somebody knows what the pattern is and can, decoy them in the afternoon and stuff, but yeah, definitely was it. Oh, Jesus, I'm tired. But
There's so many cranes in my area here, though, like in Severn Township, the area like where I've been trying to goose hunt and stuff like that. Like they're just cranes everywhere all the time.
really,
Like a couple of days where I was scouting, couldn't find geese, but like just you're coming up to a field and you just see bodies out there, and it's like
yeah.
cranes. It's like,
Oh,
oh, just more
really?
cranes. Yeah.
Wow.
I hope once they finally bring it to Ontario, bring the hunt to Ontario, because one of the proposed areas I think was in 46, just north of me,
Okay.
and hopefully once they get it rolling, it'll
I
expand just
hope
that little
they
bit.
I hope they do, and I think they will. I think it is going to come, but I hope they're very smart with the bag limit.
Yeah,
Because the goal would be that they keep moving east, right?
yeah,
Um, the last thing I want is, like I believe Saskatchewan is four a day. I don't know what it is here in Alberta, um, but I believe it's four a day in Saskatchewan, and I really hope it's not four bag limit for Ontario.
yeah. No, last I heard they're talking about like a turkey tag kind of thing.
Oh yeah, that would be the way to do it until the
Yeah,
population grows and gets to where, you can have a daily bag limit. Yeah.
yeah.
Even even you know what, even just the one like the turkey tag. I don't know. I think that might be a little too conservative, honestly, but
People aren't going. You're just not going to get people out there, right?
yeah.
Like maybe it's more of a you buy the tag and it's like if it's kind of an incidental thing, but people aren't going to be going out targeting to maybe get a bird
Yeah. Well, I
because they
guess
got
it's another big investment too if you got to start buying crane decoy, right?
yeah.
Which I know Real Geese sells. They do crane decoys and stuff too. So I don't know, maybe that would be because I can't imagine how much full body crane decoys would be.
Oh yeah. And
They
it's nice, like again, the fields where I've been going around, like the cranes come later on, so it seems like it's kind of like when you hunt ducks in the morning, or it's like when
yeah,
you're out geese, like the ducks are there bright and early,
Yeah.
And then you wait for the geese. And then, so like, at least where I am, and I don't know if it's typical, but basically by the time the geese are where they're going, they're kind of settled in for the morning
Yeah.
feed. Then the cranes start coming out.
Okay.
So in spots like that, it's like, yeah, if you threw out a couple crane silhouettes or whatever, and you just wait that extra hour for the cranes to come out, you get your one bird kind of thing. It's just more of like an incidental catch sort of situation.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. But I know I've heard Mark talk, like I've seen them in the Ottawa Valley, but they weren't like, I didn't see big numbers, but I've heard Mark say like when he was in the Ottawa Valley, he'd seen big numbers of them. So they're around. I just don't know, are they coming through in big numbers during the waterfowl season? I don't know.
Well, it's like even just since I've been hunting this area, like it's noticeable, like year after year, like the numbers have just like they're steadily going up.
Yeah. Wow. That's good. That's good. It's good that if we could bring in another game bird, that it's only good for Ontario hunters, right? And
Yeah.
you don't know, maybe you'll pull in people from Quebec, maybe you'll pull in people from the northern US, right? Like
Yeah.
Michigan and those. I don't know if Michigan and New York, if they have a season on
Yeah, I don't know.
sandhill crane or not, but maybe you pull in Illinois and Ohio and those states, if it means they get a crack at a crane, maybe they would do it, right? And maybe it's some tourism money and whatnot. That'd be cool. So tell me a little bit more about your trip out west. Now you're going to Saskatchewan. I know the outfitter probably doesn't want you saying exactly where you are or where his lodge is, because that's just a rule of thumb. But
yeah, and I don't know. I don't have any of that information yet because they're
no,
picking me
because
up
they'll
at the
pick you up at
airport.
the airport. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe that's the way it runs here as well, right? Like I didn't know I didn't know where it was. Like I got picked up. I didn't know where Claudio's lodge. I can't give you an address. I know that. I know how to get to the closest bit of pavement.
Yeah.
But other
Even
than that,
when we did our trip to Manitoba, same thing. Like we knew very little until like we were basically in the rental car and we knew we were going to Western Manitoba, but
yeah,
it was like get on the highway and we'll send you a pin kind of thing, right?
yeah. No, and I get it. I understand why they do it. But yeah, so you'll fly into Saskatoon or Regina?
Saskatoon, I believe.
Okay, so you'll fly into Saskatoon, and then they'll pick you up at the airport, take you to the lodge. And how long are you there?
3 days. So it's like I fly out on the 20th. We hunt the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and then I'm home on the 23rd.
Okay, so 3 days. Yeah, so you'll hunt the morning of the 23rd, come back, have brunch, and then on your way to the airport.
Yeah, and it's nice because it's like it's a late flight because I think it's a couple hour drive from the airport. So it's like it's nice because I don't think I fly out until like 7 o'clock or something.
Oh, nice.
So gives us all day to get back, grab my stuff, get to the airport, and like I get into Toronto after midnight sometime. But
yeah,
that'll be all right.
Yeah, because from Saskatchewan, you'll gain 2 hours, right? So and it's a 2 hour flight. So yeah. I was just thinking, oh yeah, I wanted to mention that it was, for anybody that's listening and they're trying to figure out about this trip, it is the one that you won from Final Approach, which is hilarious that you won it. And I can remember when you told Mario Friendly who you were, and he just laughed and he's like, of course you would win it, right?
Yeah, but I told him I was on the podcast with you guys. He's like, oh Jesus.
Yeah. yeah, exactly, right? So
yeah.
It's funny.
But no, it's like I won it. It's like, and if anybody didn't see it, like it was the contest they put on Instagram through Wild TV and a bunch of other sponsors. And it's like there was two winners. There's a Canadian winner, US winner, and like the value of it's just ridiculous. So it's like I've got a bunch of gear from them, still waiting on the gun, which I found out yesterday. It's on a skid headed to Ontario right now.
What kind of gun is it?
It's a Weatherby Sorex. So they were just released earlier this year.
Wow.
And they're new semi, and so it's on its way to Goebel's in London on a skid of other guns, and then I should have it. I was told probably by the end of this week, so I'm excited to get that. And because
Oh,
when we
you got
go
to
out
get out and
there,
pattern at 12 gauge?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but out there, so all I have to really do is bring my clothes because they're already the
Yeah.
lodge is already set up with all the Weatherbees
Yeah.
and the federal ammunition and everything, and so basically I just show up with my clothes. Everything else is taken care of. They've got the guns there. But I want to get the one in hopefully before I go. At least just
Yeah,
shoulder
of course.
it, kind of see, just
Yeah.
operate it a bit.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, it's crazy.
No, that's awesome. And it sounds like that's how it is here, right? The clients show up, everything like firearms are here, shells are here, everything is here, soap is
Yeah.
here, shampoo, like everything you need. So, and it sounds like, so obviously this is a very legit outfit this is not and this was something that Daryl Gilbert brought up, and I guess I knew it. I always knew it. I just, nobody ever put it to words in front of me, I guess, if that makes sense. But you're going to an outfitter, not a guide, which is two totally different things, right?
Yeah, like full on lodge and just
it's
crazy.
Yeah, like there's a cook there that's cooking your meals, and you've got a room, and everything. Just get up, throw some coffee down your throat, and hop in the truck and drive out to the field. Like that's the way to do it, buddy. Like, I know you've went with guides before, but this will be on a different level, though.
Because even the Manitoba trip was so the guide we had there, he had a lodge and stuff before, but then had to let things go during COVID. So when we went out there, accommodations and stuff were all part of it, but it was like an Airbnb house on a lake that he leased for the whole season. So it was still kind of that same thing. Like he and his wife would be there making the meals at the Airbnb, and so it was all inclusive and everything, like anything else, but it wasn't his own lodge. But it was it was a gorgeous house that we stayed in and everything.
Oh, cool.
And still they took care of everything.
Oh, cool. That is very, very cool. You're going to have a great time. And is Mario going to be there?
As far as I know, like I think it's like their year-end trip that they do. So like the Weatherby people will be there, and I think the federal people will be there.
Oh,
so I think it's kind of their big get the footage for some episodes and stuff like that.
Right. And Tyler Mann. I think that's where Tyler Mann is out of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
so it's his operation.
Oh, it's his operation? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're in for a great one.
And it's cool because he's from the Kingston area.
Who?
Or not Kingston.
I was like
Kingsville area.
Oh, I was like Tyler. I was like, what? I had no idea.
So it's like, and I lived and worked down that area for a while and know the area. And then, but all of his other guys are from Waynfleet, which is just outside of my hometown in Dunnville. So
really,
so it would just be cool to like already have something to kind of talk to him about when I get there and that, right?
Oh, that is cool. I didn't realize he was from Ontario. I honestly didn't know that he was from Ontario.
Yeah. I guess like I was watching something. And I guess he went out there to work with somebody and then eventually just took it over.
Oh wow, that's really cool. Good for him. Yeah. And it sounds like it's a it's a properly. I'm not getting a dig in at anybody, but it sounds like it's a really good ran operation. If you got a brand like Final Approach, like that's where they come and that's where they hang out and they do all their stuff.
Yeah, basically, if you see one of their episodes in Saskatchewan, it's at this place, right?
It's at that place there. Huh?
Yeah,
really cool.
But yeah, and it was cool because I do know one rep at Weatherby, and I know her through like this other group chat that I'm on related to like the Blood Origins Canada stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And so she had messaged me the one day, like when I was posting about it, and she's like, "Wait a minute, is this you?" Because she had my name, but then saw my my triple threat page and saw me post. She's like, "Wait a minute, is this the same? Like, are you the same person?" I'm like, yeah. So that's why I reached out to her about the gun and that. And
that's cool.
And she was telling me, and because I was telling her everything that went along with it, and she said she was on that hunt last year. she was there on like that hunt with them and the
Cool.
other reps and stuff like that. And it was her first time waterfowl hunting, and she was
Oh,
out
cool.
for basically the same hunt that I'm going to be on.
Well, I know when Craig Mintz and I were in Baton Rouge for the Delta event, the booth next to us was the Weatherby guys, and one of them, well, we didn't chat that much throughout the weekend, but on the last day, of course, when you're packing up and everyone's running around like crazy people, we just chatted for a bit, and the one guy, I guess he's really good friends with Mario, and he's one of the Weatherby guys. So I
Yeah,
don't know, maybe he'll be up there with you. I don't know his name.
yeah,
He was a young fellow, but maybe he'll even be up there with you. Who knows?
yeah. As if I need anything else to make me more nervous when I'm hunting with people, right? Like
Oh, there's no
all
need.
these people are going to be there.
Oh, buddy, just just go. It's hunting, man. Like it's the most. It should be the most relaxing thing you do, and
Yeah,
you're
should be.
yeah, you will be fine. Just
I'm interested to see who the American winner is going to be there and kind of what
yeah,
their
that'll be
story is
cool,
and
eh?
stuff. Yeah, it'd be cool to find out their background and
Yeah, no, it would be cool. I gotta take that hat off for a little bit. Put on
that.
this hat.
So is this your little cabin that
Yeah,
you
this is
sent
the
us a
little.
video of when we first got there?
Yeah, this is the little hacienda. So
I
it's pretty
I was
good.
going to ask you because you've gotten some hunts in out there. Was there any bird that you're hoping to get after or that you've gotten or anything?
Uh, well, I would like to get a pintail with a sprig, but chances of getting it. Like I've shot a ton of pintail, like
Yeah,
the pintail. Like I've been the flocks of 50 of them coming in. Like it's nuts.
yeah,
Pintail and mallard is the predominant bird that you see out here. Now I did hear the fellas say this morning they got into some widgeon. Um, and I've seen some teal shot. I haven't shot them, but all I've shot out here is I would like to have got a nice speck. Like when I see it and I'm just like,
yeah,
oh, that's a good looking speckle belly. And I would
yeah,
just because I'm pretty certain I'm coming back here again next year.
yeah. That's cool.
And there's a really good taxidermy guy that's not far from the lodge here because he done Daryl Gilbert's speckle belly and he done a friggin' fabulous job on it. So if I get a speckle belly that's just ridiculous, I'll take it into that guy and I'll get it done
Yeah,
because I know I'll be back here next year anyways, right? So,
yeah,
but I'd like to get like a speckle belly, anything really different that I'm not gonna get in Ontario, right? Like a
yeah.
speckle belly, a Ross, um, snow geese I've shot before. Um,
Get a cool
but
blue or something though. Blue phase would be really
yeah,
cool.
blue face. So Daryl's got, and I was with him when he dropped it off to the taxidermy here. He's got a snow Canada hybrid, and
No
it is
way.
cool as balls. Like it is a cool looking bird, just wild. So, so that's at the taxidermy, and hopefully it turns out good. But his problem was he had that bird in his freezer in Saskatchewan, and then um, I guess the power utility came by, turned off the power. They were doing
Oh
some work
shit.
and never turned it back on. So when he came back from the fishing lodge, it was just the birds were just sitting there right in
Oh
so
man.
and just stank and reek. So he tried to do the best he can, and he dropped it off to that guy, and the guy said he'd try and see if he could do something with it. So, and to the best of my knowledge, the taxidermist hasn't reached out to Daryl and said, "Yeah, I can't do anything." So,
Yeah.
because like that's a once in a lifetime bird, a Canada
Yeah.
snow cross, like
What a piss off if it's just not salvageable whatsoever.
yeah, yeah. And I think the other was a quill.
Oh yeah.
I think so. He dropped off two birds. I think it was a quill lake, and then I think it was the snow Canada cross. Um, but I could be wrong. Maybe it wasn't a quill, but I wish I had
I wish I had a good camera. So my sort of window in my cabin here overlooks the coulee and sort of kind of the valley that's in behind the lodge. And the amount of deer, well, I've sent you guys pictures of the deer video. Like it's a beautiful sunny evening. Um, and the amount of deer that's down in that field right now. And I just wish I wish I had a good camera because I could get some, because they just,
Yeah.
you walk out there, they wouldn't move. They just, tail'd go up and they'd watch you a little bit, but that'd be about, that'd be about it. They'd just carry on feeding and no big bucks, all those, but still,
Yeah.
it's nice to see. It's nice to see. Um, yeah, and that's it, buddy. Uh, yeah, I guess, yeah, to answer your question, probably a Ross, a blue phase Ross. That'd be cool. I'd like to get something that was funky. You know what I mean? That I wouldn't, and I don't mean like a crazy hybrid, but
Yeah.
just something that I wouldn't get in Ontario. Like if I could get a couple bull sprigs like that'd be cool. But again,
Yeah. Well, it's like because I was talking to, I don't know if you ever met him, Brian Rushton's buddy Foster.
yeah, I've never ever met them. No.
So like he's in our area, and he had messaged me after like I posted about winning the trip and that, and so he was messaging and asking who I was going with, and it turns out he used to work right in the area where I'm going to be going.
Oh,
And
cool.
so I was asking him just kind of what to expect, and he said typically, now I don't know if it'd be different because here, anyways, things have been warm and it seems like the season
Yeah.
might drag longer. But he had said typically, I think, what did he say? He said, yeah, he said like look, expect widgeon, gadwall, pintails, for going that late. But again, don't know if the season might be kind of different. Birds might be kind of different just with if things are warm out there like they are here.
Yeah.
But he had said, what did he say? Cranes and specks will likely be gone. So I'm hoping, like, again, I'm hoping the weather's holding out. Those birds won't be gone. Because for
Yeah.
me, like, I want to get. I've never gotten a snow. I've never seen a speck. While like I heard when on our
Right.
Manitoba trip, first morning we heard one speck. Like at first light, we could hear it, and then
Yeah.
it just disappeared. We never got to see it. Nothing.
Really.
But yeah, I think like if it was even if just like a standard snow goose, but like in good condition, like
Yeah.
I snow goose or a spec, I would seriously think about bringing it back and getting it done just because
Yeah. Well,
why not?
well, I don't know. So I would say, and this is just me thinking, I would say that you're going to be north of Saskatoon. I have no reason other than that's just what I'm thinking. Um, so south of Saskatoon, they haven't seen the birds yet.
Yeah,
So, um, if you're leaving in 2 weeks, like those birds could very well still be there. Like when I was there, I don't know, when was I there? Like a week and a half ago. Like we had it 30 degrees when we were there.
yeah,
Like it was hot, like hot, like middle of summer hot. So, like I don't think the birds are really pushed off the tundra yet, to be honest with you.
yeah, yeah. And it's been like that here, like super warm.
Yeah. Like I honestly don't think that all the birds have pushed off the nesting grounds yet.
Yeah. So I'm hoping either way, it's like either if they're there, are they looking good yet? And
Mm-hmm.
if not, whatever. Like I'm not going to be too picky with a
Yeah.
really cool trip like that, all for free.
Oh,
I'm not going to be
yeah.
too choosy.
Yeah, 100%, buddy. No, you take it as for the great experience that is going to be.
Yeah,
You'll have the beauty about doing it like that is like you just don't have to worry about nothing. Like come back after your hunt, have a couple cocktails, have a great meal,
yeah,
shower up, clean clothes, and just chill out for a little bit, then go to bed and just get up and do it again. Like, and you, if you hit your limit in the morning, well then, you're not going back out in the evening unless they got a crane hunt.
yeah.
But chances are you'll hit your limit in the morning. Then you got all day to hang around the lodge and relax and enjoy
Yeah.
the
Take it
trip
all
and
in.
take it all in and enjoy the trip and stuff, you know. And if you don't hit your limit in the morning, well, then you get 2 hunts in a day. So,
Yeah.
either way, you're winning.
Yeah. And just, the opportunity to see totally different areas, totally different birds.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess that's the other thing. You were in Manitoba, and now you'll be in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
That saying about Saskatchewan and watching your dog run for 5 days, like it's not an exaggeration. Like
Yeah.
it is just one big open field, man. Like, well, actually, where that's where I was, anyways. I don't know. Maybe it's different in different areas of Saskatchewan. I don't know, but
And that was one thing I thought was weird, like in Manitoba, like when we hit Western Manitoba, like somebody was telling us like where we were going to be going, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's like you'll hit this one ridge, and then the landscape's totally different." And
yeah,
it was like you come to what is the one town like Nipawa or something like that.
okay,
And as you're driving up, like before that, it's all flat and you can see forever. And then
yeah,
you just see this ridge up ahead of you. And as you get closer and closer, you hit that ridge. And then beyond that ridge, it's like then you're getting all the little potholes and there's just
yeah,
little
yeah,
water bodies and ducks everywhere. But
yeah,
before that, flat.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, absolutely. It's nuts. It's nuts, buddy. Cool. Well, I think we're at that 60-minute mark or so, Craig. So we'll tidy this one up. We're close to it, anyways.
Mhm.
We'll tidy this one up, and it was good. It was good to talk to you, man, and just be able to sit back and not have to, follow kind of an agenda for a show
Yeah.
and with a guest and stuff like that. So it was really good to just. And I'm glad you messaged me today and said, um, any idea what time this evening? Because get I get caught up in stuff here, and I had totally forgot about it. I would have remembered at some point,
Yeah.
but when you messaged me and reminded me, I was like, oh crap, okay, I got to make sure that I finish my chores for the day fairly early. So,
Now you can
um,
get some rest.
yeah, well, yeah, I've been chilling out the last couple nights. I've been getting my stuff done fairly early and uh and coming down and getting some stuff done. I've been doing a bunch of stuff on the side with Punisher too, so we'll talk about that offline. But um, so yeah, but it's all good, buddy. It's all good. Give the last word to you.
Got nothing else to say. It's good just getting on again. Been
Yeah,
super busy here too, just getting little stuff done. So good to just take some time to sit down and chat.
awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, this was episode 204 of the Union 0430 podcasts. We're not experts. We'll never pretend to be. If you make fun of my YouTube videos, I'm just going to laugh with you. You're not going to upset me. Surround yourself with good people. Big love. Until next time.
Hey everybody, this is Kyle Smock with Show Me Ducks, a proud sponsor of Punisher Waterfowl's The Refuge this March at the Toronto Sportsman Show. Come check us out in The Refuge to see the Deep Diver 2.0, the Ice Quacker, and the Mini Quacker.